Okay, so let's go with ball python won't eat. So now we are here with Sandy. She's a bit groggy since I woke her up to be on my video background. So my ball python won't eat. Key points from this article, and this is from Reptile Knowledge. Ball pythons sometimes refuse to eat, and for a variety of reasons. Illness, stress, and improper cage setup, so husbandry, are most common causes. Like many snakes, ball pythons can go a long time without food. If your snake hasn't eaten for months, it's time for some troubleshooting. Try feeding at night when the snake is more attractive.
Judging by the emails I received, this is what's most common concerns among ball python keepers, and there are two reasons for this.
Bit finicky when it comes to eating. Oh. Since I am kind of in the kind of rescue pythons area, so I maybe know more snakes that are having troubles with eating than snakes that are doing good with eating that or are really good eaters. But I would say that every snake that I have seen has had like some kind of troubles with eating or with pickiness or something like that, or has been off feed for a long time. Bit finicky is kind of Snake has gone through a shedding cycle. The snake is suffering from some kind of illness. I have inspected Wanda and she doesn't have any kind of scale illnesses or mites or parasites as far as I can see, and I have inspected her mouth, so I don't think there is any kind of respiratory issue. She did have one respiratory inflammation episode during the last winter, but we fixed it and it was all good. But maybe the cage conditions are wrong. Too cold, too hot, too small. It's a valid point, and I think we should measure out the temperatures today, because I have the kind of surface temperature measuring apparatus. You know, the snake is going through a regular seasonal fasting period for a fucking year. For starters, you want to make sure you're providing the right conditions for your snake. And this is where some keepers go off course. Ball pythons like warm and dark. They like to hide during the day and come out at night for food. If you have healthy specimen and you can duplicate these ideal conditions, your ball python should eat on a fairly regular basis. So yeah, there is one thing that I have noticed, which is Wanda will kind of search around and be active during the day. And that is really kind of troubling for me, because they, as it says here, they are more nocturnal, they are more active on night. So the reason if they are kind of moving more and being active during the day usually means that they have some kind of a problem. They are not comfortable, they are hurting or something like that. She doesn't do that often, but she does it too often, if that makes sense. Too often for it to be like a one-time thing. But what about those times when the snake simply won't eat, no matter what you do? When it refuses every meal that you offer? I kind of put myself in this this thing. First of all, stay calm. Now we're calm. Are you calm? Okay. First of all, stay calm. This is a common scenario, and in many cases it is no cause for alarm. Sometimes ball pythons just stop eating. It might be due to a seasonal change that triggers a breeding response or a Burmation type of behavior, even if you control the cage temperature. Yeah, this is about what I told you about if the... Where is she going? Sorry, I'm just so distracted. I can hear her roaming around. When it comes to Wanda, she was born in 2019, so she's only 3 years old, and I think her growth might be a bit stunted, so I don't know. She is my first female snake. That is reason that I am having like a little bit of trouble thinking about this. I don't think that this is a bromation type of behavior because she's so small. She couldn't even breathe yet, and she is clearly a female. I mean, there is a couple of ways to know the sex of a snake, but I won't go into that now. But she's a proven female, and that was done by soldering. She is not yet old enough to have babies or anything like that. I would though like to, but feeding behavior can also change when a snake reaches sexual maturity. In ball pythons, this can happen when the snake reaches 2 years of age, or even sooner for males. That's just a rough guide, it can vary. It's common for ball pythons to start refusing their meals when they reach sexual maturity, even if the snake has been a good eater leading up to that point.
But yes, as I said, even though Wanda could be considered to be in a reached
even though by age standpoint she might be considered to have reached sexual maturity, she is so stunted. She couldn't handle breeding type of situation. So I don't think it could be that. Okay, now this is the meat of the article. What to do when a ball python refuses food. Different snake keepers have different opinions on what to do when a ball python won't eat. So the troubleshooting steps below are not the only way to handle it. These are just steps I recommend based on more than 20 years experience working with these snakes. Note, before going through these troubleshooting steps, consider the fact that ball pythons will sometimes fast through the winter. It has been way over the winter. Oh no. I'm stressed. Download the chart. Okay, so there you have it, a 10-step troubleshooting guide for a ball python that won't eat and hasn't eaten in weeks or months. So this is the sheet that we are gonna follow and I guess hope for the best. Okay, so let's go over the steps now.
Step 1. Offer a frozen pod wrap of appropriate size. Offer the meal after sunset when the snake is more inclined to eat. Ball pythons are nocturnal. If it does not eat, proceed to the next step.
I think we can cross out the first step because I have tried that so many times.
Step 2. Double check the snake's environment to make sure everything is ideal. Start with the temperatures. Give your ball python a warm basking area of around 90 degrees with the rest of the cage about 76 or 80 degrees.
Now it all makes sense. I think we can all agree that Celsius is the more powerful one of the two.
Okay, step 3. Leave the snake alone for 1 week and then offer another frozen pod rodent. Try using feeding dongs to wiggle the rodent in front of the ball python. Make sure the food item is warm. These snakes have heat-sensitive pits along their jawline. If the ball python still won't eat, you should triple check its environment. Does it have a place to hide within the cage? This is important. Check those steps again. Make sure the snake is not in shed, as they will generally refuse food at such times.
Okay, step 5. Wait a week and offer another meal, but this time offer a freshly killed rodent. How am I gonna get a freshly killed rodent? Few ball pythons can resist a fresh and warm rodent that shows signs of life. If the snake won't eat the rodent, leave it in the cage overnight and then check in the morning. You might find it gone. Okay, I do not know where I could even find a freshly killed rodent. Step 9 is just reminding me to do these steps, and then step 10. If your snake is still refusing meals, it might be time to offer a live rodent. This shouldn't be your last resort, and you will have supervised the process. Okay, we are not doing this one. I didn't do my research with that one. I'm sorry for it, but that's not what we are gonna do. I think it's time to try the gerbil.